Hello, so I'm back at the pick and pull at Windsor, California again. This is to do two things. Number one, I picked up the wrong sensor as the inlet air sensor, and I needed the motor to control the vents. So I'm early here on a Saturday morning, and I hope I can get those parts for cheap and really quick. So let's get to it. Alright, we found the air inlet sensor, and that's the one. That's the cable, and that's the sensor. If I give a small tug here, you can see that's the sensor. I need to take that out. Let me see what I can do. It's a very tight space. Give me a few minutes to figure things out. Yeah, that's the sensor, air inlet sensor. I believe this is the air inlet sensor. So it took me a while to take it out. I had to wiggle it a little bit, but I got it out without breaking it, and looks intact. So one thing that might help you remove this is if you can remove this white plug. Just press here and take this thing out. It reduces the length of this thing and you can pull it out. Otherwise there's a big fat the passenger harness right on its way, and it won't let you come out. You keep tugging, it's gonna hit the passenger harness and it won't come out. So if you remove this white pin part first, then this black thing will slide out easily. So that's the lesson. All right, now I'm gonna move on to removing the vent selection motor and its associated parts on the other side. Whew, one job done. Okay, I'm still trying to remove the vent selection motor. That's the motor, and that's the connecting arm. You can see that's the connecting arm, and that's the motor. There's one screw here that I removed. There's one on the other side. I went completely blind and removed it. Just feel it with your hand and just use a stubby and you can get it out. But I think there's one still on top. There are three. Each one of them is held by 3 screws. We saw that on the other sides too. So there's one at the top that I need to remove, and I think I'll be able to free up that motor. So I'll go and take a look at it from the other side. Let's check. Okay. You see that blue thingy that's connecting with this? So we need to disconnect this white harness, and then you can see the back of the motor from here. So that's what I'm trying to remove right now. There's one screw on top of the motor that I need to remove, and everything else has been removed at this point. I think we are pretty close. Okay, we're back. As you can see, I freed up the motor. So there was 3 screws like I predicted earlier. There's one here in that hole. There's one on top there, that hole. There was one on the other side. I had to open this one and this one in complete blind mode, and like without seeing, just touch with your finger, feel the groove and twist it. That's what I did. Now I think it's held up by that arm. I need to somehow free up that arm, and then I think I'm good to go. So next what I'm gonna do is try to free up that arm. I don't know how to take that out, but I'll give it a shot. Okay, some more progress. I got this thing out. It's hanging by the connecting arm and that aluminum piece that I need. I don't think I need the rest of it. I think I just need the piece that's in the center of the screen. I think if I get that piece, that'll be good enough. I'll just remove that screw and I think we are good. So this thing is out in one piece, and it was put up like this in the corner. As you can see, it's an L shape. It was right on the corner, with the connectors going in the right side and this arm going on the left side against the center console separation wall. So that's how we're going to put it together. All right, with this we have taken all the parts we needed for DCC conversion. So we are at the last leg of this video where I'm collecting parts. At this point of time, I have got all the parts here on the table that we need for installing the digital climate control on the base model. And as I said earlier, the credit for the list of parts goes to threadin3si.org that I put in the original video, and that's where I got the list of parts. If anything is missing, I'm gonna go find it, but as of now, that's what I'm tracking and following. So I'm gonna show you all the parts, final parts, and I'll show the part number so that you can buy it off eBay if possible, and I'll also share the money I paid for these. Okay, so first we're looking at the hot and cold servo. This is what it looks like. You can identify it with this blue color plug here. Okay, this harness blue color one, and this one has model number, part number of MB657209. okay, and there's another number below it that says CAA something and ends at 89, and this one ends in 17AB. There are a few part numbers here that I hope you can see, and you can search with those part numbers in eBay. Okay, we got all the screws and everything in the ziploc, and this part is ready to be installed. So yes, put it in the box. Thank you. Gentle, okay? That's okay. The next one is one more thing. So this is the hot cold one. This is under the dash, right in the center, right behind the computer. So this will be right straight behind the controlling unit. Thank you. Now this one is inside outside air selection motor. So this one, the servo number is different. So eBay has got a lot of these motors, but it doesn't clearly say. It'll just say actuator motor, and it won't tell you what it is. So this one is a different part number. Okay, you can pause the video and note down the part number to search in eBay. This is MB439125, and the second number is CAA501A087, and the last number at the bottom, it says it ends with 17BC. okay, I think the previous one it ended with 17AB. This is 17BC. So this is the motor that controls whether you want to circulate air from outside or just the air from inside. So you need this motor, the harness, and as you can see, I got the controlling arms. I wasn't sure if my car already has these, but I got them just in case. And save the screws. There's another controlling arm that we need. It's a bit rusted. I'm going to clean it up and paint it. And this white circular cap, the screw that holds the arms together. And I think that should be it. And your control arm, this arm will go into this white color hook that you see. So this is all you need, and this is on the extreme right side. This is a second servo that you need, and let me quickly bag it. Yes, I'll give it to you. So my little one is helping me out today. There's too many parts. Put it in the box and put it gently. Thank you. And this is a third servo. And okay, this one, part number is again completely different. This is I'll share here. You can pause the video later and note down the part number, but it says MB439123, and the second number is CAA501A091, and the last number at the bottom it says CSA512B017A. So as you can see, all the three servos have different numbers and part numbers. It's not the same servo. So this one seems to be the most rarest servo. Well, rare in the fact because I think it's very difficult to reach. It's somewhere stuck in the corner under the dash like this. I mean, from your angle it will like this. Yes, sorry, like this. It's stuck like this and very difficult to get unless you take the entire hood out. And today, as you have seen in the video, somehow I went under the hood and somehow using a stubby screwdriver I somehow felt those screws and somehow took them off without breaking anything. But you will not find this particular motor on eBay. I have seen the other two motors, the heater actuator, the heater duct actuator motor, and the other one, but this one is something that you will not find. For this one you may have to go to the junkyard and get it, and take time. It'll take at least 2 hours to get this out if you're not really good at taking things apart. It'll take like 2 hours, but if you have the dash out, then I think it's super easy to get this out. Just 3 screws around here, 1 here and 2 here, and just there's another screw at the center that holds this thing together with the same circle thing that you find. So this is our third motor, and I think this is a great catch. And yes, I'm super glad eBay didn't have this one, and without this we cannot complete our project, and so we needed this at any cost today.
I'm gonna save you this car.
Yeah, I'll save this car for you, so when you go to college
No, just save it.
okay,
Save
when you become big and you go to college,
Save it.
we're gonna build a car. That's what he wants me to say. Okay, we looked at all the 3 motors. Now let's look into the sensors. Okay, sensors. Wait a second. Okay, we got all the 3 motors. Okay, don't do anything. Just wait for me. Okay, this is the interior temperature sensor that's on the headliner, and it's on the back of the headliner, not in the front. And here's the cable, here's the harness, and it's held onto the roof. The cable is held onto the roof with the use of these 2 plastic clips. So I showed in the video how I took them off. You can do the same. They won't break, they're super strong. You can pull with the pliers and it'll come off. And this one, it has 2 pieces. This actual sensor is outside at the bottom of the headliner, and this metal piece, it goes behind so that it clamps onto it. So, and the wiring will obviously be hidden behind. So that's the way to put it together. So we looked at the first sensor. Second sensor. Okay. What is, okay, this is the coolant temperature sensor. This is the coolant temperature sensor. It says a number 28M91. 28M91. Okay. And I've shown in the video where the location is, and it has got its connectors and everything, so we're good with that. Okay, you can put it in the bag. Thank you. Next. Yes, don't put everything in the bag, Ethan. I'll need those. So I got this thing out thinking this is a power transistor, but this is not. This is wrong. So don't worry, ignore this thing in the video. You don't need this. So I'm going to show you the power transistor. This is the power transistor that I eventually found out, and it's in my previous video. This is what it looks like. There's a screw that fell, and this is what it looks like. Does it have a part number written somewhere? 2SD797 Toshiba. Here you go. You can 2SD797 Toshiba. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna put it together. Oops. I hope it still works.
Did
Okay.
it break?
No. It won't break. It's very strong. Gentle. Put it gentle.
So
Okay?
why am I even putting it in the? That's not even question.
Now this small thing that looks like a Halloween candy, this is not the air inlet sensor. I was mistaken in the first video and I thought this is the air inlet sensor and I got it out of confusion, but after coming home I looked at various sensors, air inlet sensors from different companies to get a rough idea about how it looks like, and finally I was able to track down this part today, and this is what it looks like. This is the air inlet sensor. I'll put it here. And
When we're done,
so on the right hand side, on the passenger side, where you have that white box where you have the controls for inside outside air, there you have a hole where you have, if you do not have that hole, I'm guessing the base version of the car doesn't have that hole, otherwise there'll be air leaking into the cabin. So we may have to cut a hole there and insert it there all the way up till this point, and this piece stays outside. So when you go to fetch this part, you will be just seeing this much. This is all you can see, and it has a gray harness that connects to a white piece and that goes into another black harness. So that's your clue: gray, white, black. You'll be seeing all these three colors, and it has a blue and yellow line coming out of it. So this is the air inlet sensor. I searched this a lot, I couldn't find it on eBay. So this is another thing that's not easy to find. The roof headliner sensor for photocell, that's very easy to find. It's only $15 over eBay. You're better off buying from eBay.
this has
That doesn't have a Ziploc, buddy, but I will.
Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay. Just put it there. Just leave it here. Okay? Thank you. And these are some generic pieces and harnesses I bought, and it's alright. We don't need that. I think at this point we have covered everything except one thing.
That's in case.
I took this vent because it was super easy to take it off, and it has the photo sensor, which is the circle. Okay, and it has two wires. One is yellow white and another one is yellow green, and it comes with this harness, 2-wire harness. So this is all we need. This is the last piece. So this I didn't find even this one on eBay, but I think any photo sensor it might work, I'm guessing, but this is the last one. So now I'm going to quickly tell you the price of all these parts together. Oh, there's one more thing. Where did I put the computer? Oh, did I not bring it? Okay, maybe I didn't bring the computer. The computer that I showed in the video, it's the black rectangular box. Okay, so as I showed in the video, I also got the glove box, which I wanted a spare, and it costed me $16. The vent and the sensor, photo sensor, it costed me $21. Then they had, and the other headliner sensor, it costed me $11, and they charged me $4.99 for 3 harnesses, pigtails, and for the computer module, temperature control module, they charged me $23, and I think they charged me $10.99 for each of those motors. So the 3 motors came for $33 approximately, and the computer came for $23. And yeah, let's not count the glove box into it. So everything, I mean, it was pretty cheap. You can see the cost is not much. So 33 plus maybe control module is another $24. It's $57, and so I think in and around $70 I got everything that I needed from the junkyard for DCC control. And apart from this, obviously you are also going to need the actual control panel, which is this one. This is a beautiful piece. I spent like a lot on this one. This one was like 300, but in this condition, yes, I would pay 300 for it. And this one, yes, this one was super expensive, 300. And I do not have the pigtails for this one, so I'll have to get the pigtails for this. and that's pretty much it. So the next step will be to test all of these individual pieces separately. So I recently bought a small 30 volt 10 amperes DC programmable DC supply that I can use to power up these things and test if they work individually. And once they work individually, I'm going to build a circuit, a harness for all of this. And I don't plan on cutting into any of the existing harness in the car, so this will be a complete separate harness controlling all of this thing through a fuse, so I don't blow up anything in the car and the car is still usable while I'm still working on it. So it will be a complete separate line for all of these things to work. And I'm gonna test this harness outside the car first. I expect once I give the right voltage and I turn on these buttons, I hit these buttons, I'll see those motors working. And when once I ensure nothing is blowing up and there's no short circuit and everything is fine, nothing is overheating, I'm gonna attach those parts there and again transfer the circuit from here to the car and then just pack everything. That's the plan. So the next one will take some time, the next video, where I'm gonna test all of these individual parts, so stay tuned. What do you say? What do you say?
Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.